Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another live. So, I wanted to make this live stream for those of you who are thinking about leaving your job to pursue a career in print on demand or to start your print on demand business. So, the question to ask is, have you guys ever thought about quitting your job to work in print on demand full time? I'll be honest with you, I didn't quit my job after my first BOD sale or the 10th BOD sale. It took me, a bit longer. But when it happened, literally everything changed. And it takes a few things that I'm going to discuss with you guys in this live stream because you really ought to know the reality. Because, when you're working your day job and you're thinking of moving to another uncharted territory, you're thinking, yeah, it's going to be easy. I'm going to be able to work really hard and do whatever I do in my job and, work with the same intensity and all of that. And I'm going to make it work. But, you have to adjust your expectations. And I'm going to talk to you about all the good things that you can do and all the bad things that you need to avoid. So back in 2018, I would say, or 2017, I was literally stuck in a job that I really didn't like. It was great at first, enjoyed it, but then later on, it was like, man, I'm not getting the money that I want, and I'm not getting the freedom, the time freedom, the location freedom, and all of that. And I was like, you know what? I really got to change. And what really sparked it for me was the dreaded feeling of always sitting, in traffic. Always like stuck in traffic, reporting to the boss and wondering if this is really it. Is this the life that I wanted for myself? And then it really hit me hard when I actually went to Dubai at the end of 2017. And I told this story many, many times. I saw people living the life and, fast cars, people enjoy themselves by the beach and all of that. And I was like, man, I want this. I want to be able to go to Dubai, go anywhere in the world whenever I want it. Not really just on holiday, right? And I don't want to have to ask for holiday. I want to be able to be free. And most people think they are free, but they are not. That's the thing. That's the reality. And I think most people want to leave their current 9-to-5 job so that they can get the freedom. So it's more like you're chasing freedom, you're not chasing income. Income gives you freedom. The ability to earn whenever you want, wherever you want, gives you that freedom, right? But you're not really just chasing the money, because what's the money good for if you can't really spend it, if you can't live the life that you want? So going back to Dubai, I was like, man, I need to make a change. And then that's when I came back to the UK and I handed in my resignation, literally. And I did it cold turkey. Now, I don't expect anyone to do this. I had some saved money and I was fortunate enough to have a very good job that paid me, good money, like above average salary plus commission and all of that. So I was fortunate enough, but most people are not fortunate enough to have that flexibility. They're not fortunate enough to have enough money saved to just leave cold turkey. So that's why you need to listen to the next few gems that I'm going to drop in a bit. Now, what is my first POD setup? I'll be completely honest with you guys. I had nothing to do with POD. I didn't know about print on demand at all. So back in 2016, I dabbled with a few things like, drop shipping, Amazon FBA and that kind of thing. And someone I used to follow from Amazon FBA days spoke about print on demand and especially merch by Amazon. And I was like, okay, this piques my interest. You don't have to do anything really hard. You don't have to ship the products. You don't have to make the products. You don't have to do any of that. I was like, this is interesting. So followed the steps to, send the application. And then that was it. A few days later, I was like, okay, let me check if I got, actually a few months later, I was like, let me check if I got accepted. And I realized that I was accepted. Now I got accepted and I have no idea what to do. What do I do now with this newly accepted Merch by Amazon account? And I did some more research and listened to a few people. Back then, there was very, very few people speaking about it. It was only that person who was talking about print on demand. I think it was, I can't remember exactly his name, but he was talking about that opportunity, but he didn't really dive deeper into it. He was just like talking on a superficial level. Anyway, I followed, what did I do? I think I went to Fiverr. And I said to this guy, this designer and graphic designer, I said to him, can you please make me a t-shirt for Merch by Amazon? And he was like, okay, what kind of niche? It's like, niche? I'm not sure, man. Just make me something that would probably sell. And he was like, oh, but what exactly do you want? I said, just anything, man. Just anything you think is going to sell. So he knew I was probably like, you know, proper newbie, rookie, have no idea what I'm talking about. And he gave me two designs, one for deer hunters, mainly for dads, and another one, I think it was a birthday t-shirt or something like that. Anyway, I upload it with some really, really bad SEO. Like now I'm thinking about it, it was like a couple of words or something like that. And I come back to the account like 10 days later, 15 days later, and I find a sale. I was like, what? Seriously? Are you joking? So that was my first experience of selling in Merch by Amazon. But then I tried to replicate the same process. It didn't work. So I was like, I nearly gave up. I was like, this is probably not working. Maybe it was just a fluke. I needed a repeatable process, right? Something that I can do day in, day out, and that will work for me. So I kept experimenting and just nothing worked, man. And I'm going to walk you through the whole process so you can see what I'm talking about. So if you're stuck in a 9 to 5, do not quit your job. I do not recommend you quit your job, because if you quit your job, you have no idea whether it's going to work or not. And if it doesn't work, then you're stuck, right? So you need to make sure you at least have some kind of backup plan, all right? And make sure you have your first wins before you decide, hey, look, I'm going to quit my job. At least, I would say at least time and a half your current salary, if not double it. Then you know that you're kind of in the safe zone, okay? So I got the first sale and it was proof that it was possible. And I'm going to show you guys my first few days, right? This is July 2017. That's when I got my first sale. August 2017, September 2017. So you're getting one, two. I'm not taking this seriously at all right? I'm not taking it seriously. November 2017. Okay, 19 sales. December, 44 sales. January 2018. I took this seriously now. January 2018, I left my job. Literally completely left my job. And I was like, I'm going to make this work. I don't care. I'm just going to make it work. Whatever happens, happens. And you start to realize that when you start giving time and effort and attention to one thing, you start, getting results. And that's natural. See, here's the problem. Most people do not want to give it their full-time attention, dedication, money. They don't want to invest. They don't want to do any of that, right? And that's why they don't get any results. And that is the problem. So when you start seeing results, it will do something to you. Trust me. It will give you that belief to take things to the next level. All right? Let me show you the next slide. Now, we fast forward to the 25th of January. I get my first $100 a day. That is my first $100 a day. Why? I gave it my all. I was like, dude, I'm going to make this work. I don't care. I really do not care. I'm just going to make it work. 25 sales in one day, $100. That's when I was like, yeah, I can definitely make this work full time. I just need to pour in more time, more resources, dedicate myself to it. Guys, I'm literally showing you the proof here that anybody can do it. This is from 2018, right? This is 7 years ago, all right? 7 years ago. So don't tell me you can't do it. Now it's much easier. Way, way, way easier. Back then, we only had t-shirts, all right? Now, I moved to, what is this? May. That's when I did my first 124 sales. Okay? Look, the sales are going up now. All right? 2018. May 2018. Here's the process. Look at that. January 2018, 168 sales. February, 390. March, 545 sales. April, 471 sales. May, 1,730. Guys, why is that? Why is that, guys? Because of consistency. It's the compound effects. This is what I'm trying to say to you guys. It's the compound effects. I keep saying it to everyone, but you guys don't listen. It's the compound effects. You need to keep at it, okay? You need to keep at it. Now, this happened 7 years ago, right? Now, we are on a totally different ball game, and I'm going to talk to you about what are we doing now. Now, this is 1 year later, all right? The end of 2018. Look at the royalties in one day. 1,246, okay? $1,246 in one day. That is 1 year later. Are you prepared to give it 1 year of work? And really, really, really dedicate yourself. Are you prepared to do that? That is the question. If you're not prepared to do it, then I'm sorry, I can't help you. No one can. You have to be prepared to give it the work. That's how it works. Okay? In that same month, in 1 week, I mean, you would know this is the old dashboard of Merch by Amazon. It was very clunky, and back then we only had 3 marketplaces. We only had .com, .co.uk, and Germany. There was no France, no Spain, none of that. There was only 3 marketplaces. And look at that, $8,570 in 1 week, in 7 days. Okay, consistently hitting 1K per day. Okay, revenue that we generated $39,000 for Amazon, but $8,570 in royalties. Okay. In July of 2020, let me see if there's the dates. Yeah, we do have the dates, I think. Yeah, June 2020, right there. 26,000 in royalties. Okay. This is my journey of where I am into like how I went in terms of tiers. Okay, I reached 120K in tier level. Literally, I didn't need to upload more because we found strategies that worked for us with ads that we didn't need to upload so many designs in order to keep making money, right? Now we just work with advertising. This is elite level, guys, and I'm not going to try to explain it to you because if you're a beginner, you need to start from beginner level. You need to work with organic. You need to make organic work for you because if you don't know how to sell organically, you're not going to be able to sell with ads, all right? And I challenge anyone to show this kind of journey. Like, they're not going to be able to. 4,632 sales in 7 days. 21K. That's the level we got to. 21K in 7 days. When was that? That was in, can't remember even. I think this was in 2020 or 2021. I think it's 2021. $96,000 in royalties in 1 month. Okay? And this is, you need to check this, guys. $107,000, okay? $107,000 per month in royalties. That was in 2021. So if anybody says, it doesn't work, it doesn't work, it doesn't work, well, you don't work. That's the problem. You don't want to put in the work. You just want it handed to you. You want to look at the sky and the sky gives it to you. It doesn't happen. It doesn't work like that, right? One of my best days, nearly 9K, nearly 10K in royalties in one day, guys. By the way, this is documented in my channel, so you can refer back to the channel. It's actually the trailer video. It shows the whole thing live, all right? I was making Instagram stories while sales were coming in. So you can't tell me that it's photoshopped or anything like that, because if you want to verify, just go back to the trailer video, which is in my channel. And these are the kind of results that we get in daily, like 5 figures a day is a norm. Okay, so let me take you back a little bit to what made me start seeing really, really good results. It's basically analyzing why certain things are not working and making them work, or, you know, correcting your issues and analyzing what's working and doubling down on it, right? Let me take you back to 2018, April. Back then, it was very, very hard. Actually, I'll take you to February 2018. I discovered that you could sell with ads, with Amazon ads. Back then, they used to call it MS, Amazon Marketing Services. And it was very hard to attain Amazon Marketing Services. You had to do Vendor Central, link it with a few things, yada, yada, yada. It was a complicated process. Anyway, I got that, started using ads, saw some great results. Came April, for people that were selling t-shirts or selling in merch by Amazon in April 2018, Amazon completely stopped Amazon Marketing Services, and you weren't able to advertise your t-shirts through Amazon Marketing Services. So everybody started panicking. Oh, this is the end of merch by Amazon. This is the end. This is the end. But no, you can't be like that. You can't be like them. You can't have herd mentality. You have to think outside the box. So I thought, if everybody is complaining about merch by Amazon, that this is the end of merch by Amazon, and all the creators back then were complaining, they were making before like $100 a day, and suddenly they started making like $20 a day, $30 a day. Sales really tanked. I was like, I'm going to make a difference. What am I going to do? I have to invent something. I don't care. I have to find something that's going to work. So I decided I'm going to start working with the no profit strategy. I'm going to do the lowest possible price so that I can start showing in the low to high section. And that obviously, you know the drill, how the low profit strategy or no profit strategy works. Start showing in the low to high section. And then when people buy, they're going to buy it because it's cheaper than the main sellers, right? Because the main sellers were selling for like $19, whatever, $19.99, $17, $18. And when they buy mine, obviously they are more inclined to give a review. Why is that? Because they bought it at such a cheap price and the design would be much better than the original. They're like, this is a bargain. It's the exact same thing. So they give a good review. So the conversion from purchase to review . What about now? Can you confirm if you can hear me now? Okay, what about now? Is it back now? Yeah, okay, perfect. And sound quality, is this still the same? Still good? Okay, great. So naturally, what happens when you start selling and getting reviews, Amazon will rank you higher in the featured section. And when you rank high in the featured section, you start getting a lot of traffic. And if your design converts higher, then you start getting more sales. And the more sales you get, the more you start ranking, and the more the BSR will go down. And that's how you take over the main the main niche, right? And the bestseller gets lost, and you become the bestseller, right? And that's how it works. So I started doing all, and then obviously you're gonna tell me, oh, how are you gonna make money? Well, when you start ranking, that's when you start bumping the price. Because now you've got reviews, you've got good traction, people are buying your products, Amazon is pushing it everywhere, left, right, and center. And that's how you're making the money. So it's like I'm waiting for my time to increase the price, okay? And this strategy still works till today. Till today. Granted, more people are using it, but it's still working till today, okay? I was the one that was talking about it in the early days when I discovered that that's what works. So people were complaining that Amazon is gone, dead, or Merch by Amazon is dead, but it was working for me because I changed the way it was working, because I adapted to the market conditions, to the environment, okay? I'm trying to find my edge, my leverage. And what BSR drew up the price, depending on where you are in the ranking, okay? Depending on where you are in the ranking. You have to, it's a case by case. So you have to check where you are in that keyword that you're trying to rank for. Are you ranking in the first row, second row? And then you check with, the competition. Where you are ranking. So think about it like a customer, right? The customer types a keyword, okay? They get presented with the featured page, right? Because that's what they get. And they get shown different designs. You have to put yourself in the customer's shoes and ask yourself, is the customer gonna buy my t-shirt based on the price, based on the look, based on everything else? And that's the real game changer when you start thinking of it this way. Now, here's a question. Are you thinking of it this way at the moment? Are you? It's a question. If you're not, then you better start thinking of it this way. Because if you're not, you're just going to be just throwing things on the wall and hoping something sticks. Okay? So, yeah, that's what I did. I changed the game. So, a few years later, let me talk to you about what really also made me change the game is thinking about how to find niches. Because back then there was one tool that most people were using, but it wasn't giving correct data. It wasn't giving, real-time data. And I wanted to find real-time data. Now, how do you find real-time data? You have to research manually, okay? Because I was getting into the wrong niches, I had poor designs initially and stuff like that. And that's normal. You keep reiterating, you keep changing your approach, you keep observing, analyzing, and changing your workflow and optimizing. And that's part of the process. So then I decided I'm going to start researching manually because I wanted to go directly to Amazon and get the latest data. Okay? Not some tool giving me outdated data. Because as I got better and better in the game, I realized that those tools were giving outdated data. So then I started using extensions that would scrape Amazon and giving me the latest data. But they were so tedious, man, because there was nothing that could scrape all of the data and give you all of the data in one place. So you had to do it chunk by chunk, and it was tedious. It took a lot longer, but it was still better than actually doing research completely manually, because it is impossible. Like, most of you are probably going to be using, I don't know, DS Amazon Quick View, because that's what we used initially in the beginning. That is very hard, man, because you can't really filter anything. You can't really sort anything. You just rely on your eyes to analyze. And that only goes to a certain degree. You can't really analyze multiple pages, you know, like 5 pages and more. It's impossible. So I was using some extensions that were giving me that data, exporting it to CSV, and then trying to filter that way. And then I would validate those niches that I find. The whole process was so tedious. And that's why, obviously, we decided to start working on Merge Dominator. It was purely because I wanted something that would solve my problem, right? My initial problem. And then I realized so many people, because I have a community, so many people have the same problem. So I was like, okay, I'm going to work on the problem for me and for everybody else. So that's why we created, obviously, the web app and the extension. Now it scrapes the entire Amazon marketplace in one go, whatever niche, everything in one go. You can export it, you can do whatever you want. So why am I saying this story? Is because no matter where you are now, yeah, Producta doesn't really scrape more than 2 pages before it starts dying on you. I mean, try to launch it yourself. If you launch Producta with 2, 3, I'll say 5, okay, depending on your PC. 5 pages, it will break your browser. Try it and let me know. And that's the issue. And it's very, very slow. So the reason why I'm sharing this story with you guys is, no matter where you are now, don't think about, you know, achieving greatness now, because it takes time. Remember, I started probably where you are now, tier 10, no idea what to create, no idea how to research, no idea how to make money from this business. And look where I am now. The only difference is I stuck with it, and I decided to take it upon myself to keep going until I found what I'm looking for, okay? Until I hack the process, until I create businesses in this business or in this industry, right? Majd, yes, just 3 pages and my PC is crashed, but of course Merge Dominator is the best. Look, I'm not saying, honestly, I'm not asking you to say Merge Dominator is the best. All I'm saying is go try it and you'll see. Okay? You will make your, your decision once you try. It's a completely different ballgame. And now it does uploading automatically and AI listing automatically and all of that. I mean, it's a whole suite in one place. It's not just a research tool. It's literally everything in one place. It's from idea to upload suite. And the AI designer is coming pretty soon, which will literally take over Ideogram. You'll see. You guys will see. We've managed to achieve better quality and better colors and better everything. You'll see. So again, this is the reason why I'm saying, if you are thinking about leaving your job, don't leave your job and start print on demand. No, do it on the side while you're working. The reason being is because if you fail, obviously you want to test whether you can handle it or not. But if you fail, you still have a backup plan. Like, what's the worst that can happen? You fail? Okay, fine. At least you tried. But it gives you a bit of a cushion just in case. So here's my plan. Let me take you to the escape plan is, like I said, I quit my job because I had pure belief that I could do it. I'm a maniac when it comes to, working hard, and I had financial security, and I had some decent money at least to survive 2-3 years, maybe even more. So I was like, if I will do it in 1 year. I'll be able to at least match what I'm earning in 1 year. But if you don't have the confidence, the belief, don't do it. And most of you won't. And that's the reality, right? You have to be a maniac to be able to take this risk. You have to have, nerves of steel. Okay? So prepare with savings, use multiple platforms, work in print on demand on the side while you're doing your job, maybe in the evening, maybe in your free time, whatever, okay? Until you achieve a decent level, until you, achieve 1.5 to 2 times your salary. Then you can think about quitting. But trust me, it only goes up from here. I guarantee you guys. I guarantee you. Okay? I guarantee you guys. If you give it your full attention, go with full force. Stop thinking or looking at shiny objects and purely dedicate yourself to making it work, you will make it work. Look, here I am. I'm living proof that this can work. Started with tier 10, worked my way up in Merch by Amazon, achieved some amazing numbers, but it doesn't stop there, guys. Here's what I did. And I'm giving you the game here, right? Because you can't limit yourself. You cannot limit yourself. The game is this. Once you've achieved your full potential, you have to think about automating that aspect so you can move further, right? Because I realized that working on my Merch by Amazon accounts all the time by myself, that limits my time with just Merch by Amazon, okay? And I can't grow further. So what did I do? I created a team that would look after the aspects of the business, completely automated it, okay? Now they are working on that account from India every single day with ads and all of that, and I am not touching that part of the business. Next, what did I do? An education business, okay? And, excuse me, guys. A software business, education business, reinvesting my money in real estate, crypto, whatever that would grow that money. And you have to think of it like an investor, like an entrepreneur, not like treat it as another job, right? You have to grow your money. You have to think of it very, you have to be very clever in how you spend your time. You can't really, give your time to something that doesn't bring money. You have to spend your time in ROI enhancing activities and always try to maximize how much money you get in per hour. How do you do that? It is literally by all of this stuff that I am teaching you. It might be just fluff, right, to some of you, but I'm literally telling you how it is from my point of view. And some of you are going to take it, and some of you are going to think this is just BS, right? And at the end of the day, it's how you perceive things. So let me know where you are now, in which kind of aspect from what I spoke about. Where are you now in your journey? Are you just starting out in print on demand? Do you still have a job and work in print on demand on the side? Where are you now? Let me know in the chat. Because here's where I was. I was literally here cleaning toilets, okay? And here is where I am now. Working from my laptop anywhere I want. Whenever I want. I can take time off, days off, months off, anything I want. Because I've got teams that are doing, everything I need, okay? I just choose to do these things because I enjoy doing it, right? I love going live. And not only did I achieve these things for myself, we have a community, a Moroccan community, and we have a few people from different Arab countries achieving amazing results, right? Like $2,000 a day, 5,000, 10,000, sorry, not a day, a month, 5,000, $10,000 a month. And it's amazing to see, right? We've got one of the biggest print-on-demand communities in the world. And I was in Vegas with Alex Hormozy, Sam Ovens. We won the school games. So we achieved amazing things. And it all started from tier 10. Trust me, guys. I swear to you, it all started from tier 10. Okay? So it's how you want to make it. So if you want to start building your escape plan, you can start with Merch by Amazon or Etsy. These are the two that I would recommend. Merch by Amazon doesn't accept that much, so you can buy a Merch by Amazon account. We have a link in the description in case you want to get our service. If not, you can try and get approved by yourself. So that's completely up to you. I'm just giving you alternatives here. Etsy is great because that's another good alternative. Anything else, I would say don't bother, okay? Shopify with Printify and all of that, you need some more experience for that, I'll be honest. But as a beginner, these are the two best options that you've got. And if you want to skip dead niches, then definitely choose Merch Dominator because it literally gives you everything. And I'm going to, not today, but in future videos, future live streams, I'm going to do hands-on workshops with you guys just like this, okay? I'm going to run you through everything that I do, everything that I work with on my community, with my students, and how the team work with the students and stuff like that. And I'm going to try and get you to a decent level, guys, okay? But it all starts with you. Do you want to invest the time and effort and money into this, or do you just want to stay by the sidelines waiting for it to work, okay? Because it's not going to work by itself. Trust me, it's not. Etsy, I think you have to pay in any products published. Yes, you pay 20 cents. Merch by Amazon, you don't. But you're limited to 10 results, to 10 uploads per like initially. When you have tier 10, you're limited to 10 uploads. But you can recycle. So you get 1 upload per day. And every day you can upload. Okay, so Aaron Yeager just started in this field a week ago. I'm so beginner. Look, we've all been there. Trust me, Aaron. I guarantee you, if you keep learning and practicing, and I'm going to do my best to, keep bringing these live streams. Just keep watching, keep staying in tune with the notifications and stuff like that. And I'm going to take you through the basics, okay? So you guys can start to see the light, because it is very confusing in the beginning. Trust me, it is. I've been there. I've done it. It's so hard because you don't understand yet. But once it starts getting clearer, it's so easy. And now we've made it so easy with Merch Dominator, like literally click, 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 done. And I'm going to run you through everything. So before we go, if you guys have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them for you here. Otherwise, stay tuned for the next live stream where I'm going to talk to you guys about various different things that will help you with your beginner journey. Any questions, feel free to ask. And soon I'm going to start a newsletter to give you guys like weekly niches for free. So if you'd like me to do that and you would support it, then please do let me know. Just let me know in the chat if you're excited about it. I had a successful Etsy store, but now just Amazon merch, so I don't have to deal with customers. Just did my first 3K a month and tracking. Oh, wow. 4K this month. I'm early retired. B, that is amazing. I don't know which gender you are, but that's amazing, B. Honestly, really, really good stuff. You know what's great about Amazon merch is that you don't have to deal with customers. You really don't. You don't have to deal with customers. You don't have to speak to anyone. You don't have to do customer service. You don't have to deal with returns. That in itself is a big thing, especially if you're like making, say, 100 sales a day, right? Dude, how many messages do you have to deal with every single day? Oh, I still haven't received my parcel. Where is my order now? Blah, blah, blah. Just long. With Amazon Merch, you don't have to do any of that. But B, that's amazing. I prefer Amazon Merch any day, anytime. Okay? I had an Etsy store. I still have it, but I don't work on it because I just don't want to deal with the hassle, man. Yeah. Thanks. Tier 2000 woman. Amazing. Tier 2000. That's really good. Really, really good. See what you need to focus on now. Filling up your slots with, and there's a difference, with quality designs, okay? Quality designs. Not any rubbish, scale designs. That stuff doesn't work anymore. It's just work on the trends. Find the latest trends possible, okay? I would say give it 70% trends, 30% evergreen, because trends are the money makers. And I don't know if you would confirm this from your account. Would you say that you are heavy on trends or are you heavy on evergreen? I would say trends are the money makers. Evergreen are just bonus. But the most important thing is that you need to work on holidays, events, anything that just comes up very randomly, okay? Work on those. Don't just work on trends without doing holidays and events. So always work on events beforehand, holidays beforehand. Any trend that comes up, check Merch Dominator, latest stuff. B, wow, all evergreen. Here's the thing. Try, I don't know if you do ads or not, but if you try holidays, events, and trends, you will make more money. I guarantee you that. Because once a t-shirt really pops in a trend or a holiday or events, it literally rips. It sells like crazy. You don't get that kind of with evergreen. See, here's the thing. You don't have to be young and trendy, B. In Merch Dominator, it shows you, if you go to just newest, this is the simplest way of doing it. You go to newest in bestsellers, right? You are able to see the latest designs that have just been published and sold. And the trick is, if you see 2 or 3 repetitions, you're like, okay, this is a trend. Now, the next step is validating it in Amazon. You go to Amazon and search for that keyword, okay? The main keyword of that design, and see how many people have uploaded and how many sales they're getting. You know, BSR versus competition. It's the easiest way. Honestly, it's the easiest way. But I'm going to go through all of these strategies with you guys to help you out in future videos. Is there anything that you'd like me to cover in future videos? I'm going to do hands-on live streams with you guys like this. I want to get closer to you to understand your issues and provide you solutions for free and to help you guys out. But I want to understand what the issues that you'll find. What are the things that you find hard and things that you want to get better at? Drop them in the chat now. This way I can put them in the in future videos. Copyright and trademark, yeah, absolutely, we could do that. B said, I've tried, but I'm not good at trends. No worries, B. So what we'll do with that, I'll run you through my method and the things that I suggest to people to do, and you'll be able to take it literally the way it is. Excited about mugs? Yes, they're going to be massive. they're going to be the biggest opportunity to make money this year with Amazon merch, 100%. Totally. Yeah. All right, cool. Well, we'll end it here. It's been fun. It's been fun, guys. And if you have any questions, drop them in the comments, okay? Otherwise, I'll see you in the next live session.